On what should characterize the campaign, for me, of course, campaigns, the only reason for campaigns is for people to make themselves public, go before the public, convince them, sell yourself, build momentum towards election, deploy whatever it is that is legitimate to win the mind of the voters and all of that. So what should be characterizing the... Of course, I know prior to this time, there has been a number of controversies. You've just mentioned what you don't want to see. You don't want it to be defined by zoning or this from that. But I tell you, that's so going to come to play. Because I know that Edo Central has been feeling very far removed from the center and all of that. So those things will come to play. But majorly, campaigns is a period to really speak to the people, the electorate. I mean, what we don't want to see is this usual, it cannot be business as usual. I mean, if you're a Nigerian who has been focusing on election, you know that a candidate, an incumbent will always come with somebody who he prefers. And at the end of the day, he wins. I feel very, very bad about it. Because the electorate are no longer in the equation. And the electorate are supposed to be at the center of who becomes who at the elections, and that means the candidates should have the ample time to communicate squarely to the electorate, sell themselves. It's no longer a dancing spree. It's no longer, I don't know whether there's going to be a debate, but I think it's going to be between the candidates and the electorate. And the one thing I like what he said is the independent mandate of the electorate. People, yeah. And that's what we want to see more. I mean, over the years, 1999, it has not really worked in our favor. Electorates seem to tailor towards who have what to offer, and that's not it. I think we should understand the connection between the vote you have in your hand and good governance. We should be able to connect it with what we have been lacking over the years. Since 1999, for God's sake, what we have been presenting before the electorate is no more than 5 items. Good roads, medics, transport, digital. And where are all of these? Since 1999. How I wish the politicians are actually doing what is expected of them. And you can imagine where Nigeria will be today. So, since 1999, it has been dance and spray. It has been, glamour. I mean, no deliveries. And that is serious, really.
Well, Mr. Chibuke, thank you so much. It's been dancing spray, since 1999. So
that's why I asked if you're reading, something different, from these campaigns at the moment.
Exactly.
In terms of messaging,
exactly.
I hope the messaging is not lost on the people.
Okay, so if you look at the caliber of people who are presenting themselves this time around and the manner they all emerged, and given the given the fact that Labour is also in the mix now, and we also know how Labour performed during the presidential election, so the messaging is not going to be ambiguous. It has to be direct. It cannot be buried in phrases and all of that. You must connect us, let us know what your mindset is about. What is it about? I do not think it's more about water and the road this time around, because since 1999 that has not been done. It is where do we put the electorate, the people? Where are they in our democracy? I mean, it's not just about a period before election. Shortly after election, what becomes of the same people you are going to? I mean, we should have learned a lot of lessons. The messaging this time around is not like, I'm going to bring you water, I'm going to bring you good roads, I'm going to bring you... You have not done that over the years. What it is now is,
what you've done, you should tell us what you've done.
What you've done even before you came into politics, that should be able to,
the should be able that you have impacted.
Exactly, because, let's say we are fond of putting American jurisdiction. The issue is people start out by serving the communities, serving the public cause in other areas. Not necessarily, that is to project you positively before the people. So even before you present yourself as a politician, people already know you have been, working for their cause. But this time around, somebody will come from nowhere, a godfather will pick you and present you. There have been situations we see that whether you can even communicate in a local language, I don't know. There are issues like that where if you have your way, you want to skip the electorate and make it to the government house. That's not what it is. The messaging should be straightforward. Tell us what you want to offer. beyond the myriads of promises over the years that are nowhere to be found. Because the people are not interested in your water and your this that cannot see, then can you give them a quality kind of life? And I think the only answer to that is very quality education. You know, you mentioned about champ or whatever. Can you change the situation, you know, the reading? I don't know the performance, you know, profile of the WAEC and JAMB and all of those things. Focus on the ones that are coming up, not the old people that have been there. Even the so-called statesmen we have, the statesman has linkage to the coming election, not necessarily to the coming generation. So we know all of this, and I think the people should dig deeper. Dig deeper. You must be able to interact. It's not like you drop it there and nobody has access to you to see how you're responding to people's questions. Make yourself available. Let them scrutinize you. Let them hear you say, look, this is the state of education before I came in. This is where I intend to take it. This is a state of, you know, civic, you know, duties. I mean, do people understand their essence in the democracy? Or you making people, you want to make people more ignorant so that they won't be able to question you where necessary or interrogate you where necessary. So governance should not be buried in, you know, it should be clear to the people, because it is about the people.
Yeah, okay.
It cannot be anything outside the people. It is no longer democracy.
Okay.